Now, at this point of time, there are two ways of looking at it. This is not an IPL problem, it is an IPL problem. It's a limited problem, it's a bigger problem. Is a bigger investigation needed, or is closure to this case and this case alone what is needed at this point of time? On the News Hour tonight, Boria Majumdar takes a view that the IPL needs to do introspection. Joining us is Mr. Krishnaswamy. He's been written on the IPL, associated with the IPL in the past, but tonight he has problems with the IPL and the way it's reacting to this. Kishore Bhimani, senior sports journalist. I think he's far more generous towards the IPL than most people would be. Atul Vasan is going to join us from Delhi in some time. Sanjay Jha, founder of cricketnext.com, not Hamara Congress, this evening. Thank you, Sanjay. Gentlemen, with your permission, may we begin? Sanjay Jha, on a lighter note, someone said today that the Pawan Bansal defense also applies to these players. Because Pawan Bansal didn't take any money on his own. One, there are phone conversations, wiretaps in Pawan Bansal's case and in Srishant's case. You've been defending Pawan Bansal. So by that logic, and friends and family, by the way, come up in Pawan Bansal's case. Friends and family of Srishant also come up in Pawan Bansal's case. So by that logic, like you defended Pawan Bansal, will you defend Srishant tonight?
I'm saying that the CBI has said that they have...
No, this Pawan Bansal School of Jurisprudence, do you believe in, please?
I'm just saying that the CBI I last read said, the director said that I have no evidence so far against Mr. Pawan Bansal. So that issue can be rested. As far as the issue of Srishant is concerned, you and I have sat here on multiple occasions.
Are you defending Srishant?
Scam again. No, I'm saying right now that it's a responsibility of the BCCI and the IPL Governing Council to recognize that the brand equity of this tournament is virtually tarnished.
Yeah.
It's not just damaging IPL, Arnab. I'm worried it's damaging the game of cricket itself.
Yeah.
And for long, there has been this strange, belief that we should anchor and protect the Indian players who may be susceptible to match fixing. And I think today, at last...
No, Pawan Bansal resigned. You didn't like it. I'm sorry, I'm going to continue this line of argument.
No, I'm okay.
Pawan Bansal resigned. Who's resigning here?
Let me tell you, I honestly feel...
Who's resigning here?
Let me tell you, I mean, the players' careers are virtually...
No, I don't care about the players. No, I'm not bothered about the players. The players are cheats. They are liars. They are fixers. I'm not bothered about them. I want institutional accountability because I feel cheated. Bansal resigned. Who resigns here?
Let me tell you, in my opinion, the BCCI here needs to stand up and take full accountability for what's happened. Because I'll give you two instances here. This is not the first time that we are meeting here to talk about match fixing. There have been instances in the past. We met
It's been a cover-up. It's been a history of a cover-up. Kishore Bhimani, there is a strong view that what is happening here is event management. This is not crisis control. This is event management. Just make sure that the event continues, that the media questions end, that we put Srishant aside and move on. Let the party continue. Do you think that's the approach required now, Mr. Bhimani?
Arnab, may I tell you this, that I'm not defending the IPL, but what I'm saying is that this terrible thing that has happened this morning, which is a shame and a blot on cricket, has got little to do with IPL.
Really?
It started in 1994 in Sri Lanka when Mark Waugh and Shane Warne were caught. After that, there were Azharuddin and 5 others caught in India. There was Salim Malik and others caught in Pakistan. And Hansi Cronje, what happened was that with Hansi Cronje, Herschel Gibbs, Stridom, Williams and all these people, Nicky Boye, the example that was set was that fine, if you are caught, you can go out of cricket, but nobody was ever penalized. In fact, in Hansi Cronje's trial, which I attended, it was said there very clearly by Shamila Batoi, the prosecuting counsel, that this is about relationship with cricket. There is no criminal attachment to this. Now, what we have to set up is make them put the fear of God in these players, that if you go out of line, if you cheat, if you do the section 420 thing that you are doing, you are going to be
defending the
severely punished.
IPL. Arjuna Ranatunga joining the
I
News
know,
Hour panel
what I'm
tonight,
saying
former
is
Sri
that
Lanka
what
captain. Mr. Ranatunga, good evening. Can you hear me? It's Arnab Goswami here from the Times Now studios in Mumbai.
Good
Mr.
evening.
Ranatunga. Good evening, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
Kishore Bhimani is in Kolkata on this program tonight, Mr. Ranatunga. And he is saying this is not a problem of the Indian Premier League at all. It is a problem of cricket that goes back 40, 50 years. It's not a problem of the IPL. Do you agree with him?
I don't know about the history, but I'll tell you, IPL has created breeding grounds for all these issues. We are talking about fixing, but there were allegations about doping, there were allegations about women nightlife, drinking. All these were happened in the last so many years, and I think when there are ways people can get through, I'm sure even these younger players might get an idea to do all unwanted things. I have been a great believer that IPL has created a monster in cricket. As far as I'm concerned, I personally feel with some of the issues happen. You take India. India is a very cultured country. We talk about 2,300 to 2,000, 3,000 years old culture. But the way it has been demolished, I think Indians should be, I'm sure they should be ashamed of themselves for some of the things happen in the grounds and some of the things happen outside the grounds.
Mr. Ranatunga, I'm not looking at it like a cultural problem. I'm looking at it a problem in terms of corruption or non-corruption. Boria?
Don't go into one side. Think of the other side as well. Corruption. It has been a major issue. I'm sure that a couple of years back, Sir Paul Condon, the ICC anti-corruption unit chief, gave a statement or a report regarding the first or the second IPL, saying that it was the biggest match-fixing drama. And what has happened after that? Nothing happened. I think the entire report went under the carpet. BCCI never did anything about it. And now some of these people are paying the price on this.
You're absolutely right. And that's the issue. Krishna Swamy, I'm going to get in Boria last into this debate. Mr. Krishna Swamy, Kishore Bhimani says this is not an IPL problem. Every second or third message we get into our newsroom says the problem started, became bigger, and has become unmanageable during IPL. Where do you stand?
I would say IPL tends to offer more opportunities, which is why it seems that IPL is the breeding ground. So, as Arjuna just said, it might not be the breeding ground, but it certainly does offer so many more opportunities. If you've got some 75 odd games in a span of about 40 days, I mean, it's a bonanza. You walk into a mall and then you see suddenly so much stuff there. You want this, you want this, you want this, you get everything out of it. But Arnab, I just want no interruption here. I'll give you a piece of information which has not appeared on any channel so far and not appeared anywhere so far. This is when you spoke about the foreign connection, the Middle East connection, you spoke about a relative of Sreesanth called Jiju. I did a bit of background check. Jiju is a club level player from Kerala, and for the past couple of years, he has been regularly playing in a league in Dubai and Sharjah. And interestingly, this league is called as the Kerala Premier League in Dubai, and another league called the Kerala Cricket League, KPL and KCL in Sharjah. And in both cases, there is a team from Cochin. In one, it is called as Capital Kochi, KOCHI, and in the other league, that is the KCL, it is called as Cochin Warriors, COCHIN Warriors. And in both these teams, one of the principal members of it is Jiju Janardhan. And in the tournament which took place this year in January, Jiju was man of the series, and the reports on that tournament also mention that Sreesanth was present at that tournament, and he is a cousin of Jiju Janardhan. So very clearly it establishes a link which goes from here to Kerala, to a relative of Sreesanth, and also to the Middle East, to Dubai and to Sharjah. So this kind of almost establishes what the police has been telling us, that there is indeed an underworld and a definite link into the Middle East. So I think that is more or less certain. Now this is something that I found very quite easily through Google, on the net, through various newspapers in the Middle East, and this is there for everyone to see. How people didn't find out is something which
No, are people trying to find out? No, Krishna Swamy, now we go to the core of the issue. You see, there are two ways of doing this. You run a huge tournament and you say we appoint XYZ to look at the anti-corruption part of it. Now, why XYZ is incompetent? Why betting continues? Why spot fixing is being reported? Why international newspapers suggest it? Every time they do, then the BCCI turns around and says, rubbish, you're trying to tarnish a wonderful game of cricket. And the BCCI gets all preachy after that. My question tonight is, has the BCCI tried? And if the BCCI is trying, then why is the BCCI Boria tonight not going public and saying we do not accept the Delhi police attempt to close the investigation at 3 people? How many people in this country, Boria, will believe that this huge scandal is limited to these 3 cheats? Would you?
You know, if anyone believes that this is limited to 3 cheats, he or she is an idiot. You know, let me start with 3 points here. One, you said betting is rampant, fixing is far, question mark. This is not betting, this is fixing. So correct it. Second point you said, you know, and that's a bigger point that you said, I want to call these players cheats. Please, don't give them even that, they are criminals. Third point you asked Mr. Bhimani about IPL, is it about IPL? Of course it is about IPL and it's also about cricket. Mr. Ranatunga was talking only about IPL. There are problems with the Sri Lankan Premier League. There are problems with the Big Bash. There are problems with the Bangladesh Premier League. And I can give you, very many instances of fixing which have been swept under the cover. Call records.
No, why is it swept under the cover? Let's talk Turkey tonight.